How do you actually escape the blocky waist curse at home? A lot of you guys have either DM'd me, put it down in the comment section, or how I got my waist really skinny in the first place, how I slimmed it down in the first place. Well, I'm about to tell you the exact method. If you've been cursed with a blocky waist and you don't know why, let's get into the exact reason why you probably have a blocky waist in the first place. The first reason here is because you probably have really large love handles, right? Apparently both girls and boys can have love handles, really large love handles at that. I personally believe that if you have large love handles, you've gotten more of feminine genes, right? You've gotten more of girl genes, because if you guys didn't know, actually, a lot of the reason why a lot of women have the hourglass figure is because not only do they have to deliver a baby, right, or handle all of that stress from pregnancy, once they deliver that baby, they have to, once that baby is out, the reason why a lot of them have that hip dip is because it helps them hold the baby up to their side, right? If you look at this hip right here, the love handles, I call it hip dip sometimes, but those are what love handles are, right? Once they're holding their baby, it helps them actually hold the baby up, right? It helps them actually hold the baby up to their side. A lot of men don't have really prominent love handles. Everybody has love handles, but not everybody has prominent love handles, especially not in the male occurrence, not in most males. Most males don't actually have wide love handles. If you were gifted this genetically, you might be cooked, but don't worry, I will save you with this video. Your life is not over, but your physique is not over, I promise you. But like, yes, this is one of the main factors, because at the end of the day, genes does play a major factor in why you look the way you look, especially in your waist, either your waist, your clavicles, all of that, your shoulders. Genes will play a huge factor. Now, most of the time, you can still save yourself. If it's not that bad, right? You can still absolutely save your physique. A lot of you guys don't have large prominent love handles, so you're good. You're good. You're safe. Keep watching this video. And even if you still have prominent love handles, I've seen guys with prominent love handles that still have an aesthetic physique. Trust, keep watching this video and I'll tell you exactly how to fix that. Next up would just be the simple fact that you're overweight. All right, you don't have to be obese, but you're just not lean. If you're not lean, that makes your waist, believe it or more, much more wider than it could be, right? Much more wider than its actual potential. The reason for this is because when you're at a higher weight, you obviously have more skin loose. You have more skin that's loose around your midsection, right? But once you lean down, your skin, the skin around your waist tends to tighten up, right? It tends to tighten up because all that fat you've burnt a lot of fat, right? So all that fat that was hanging loose around your waist is burned, right? You see it with this guy as well. Even though his love handles were pretty bad, he was clearly more overweight here, which is why they were more worse than they are in this photo. It's kind of still cooked, not gonna lie. he's Bro, these love handles are still kind of cooking his physique. It just needs to build more muscle. But yes, guys, believe it or not, if you're more of a higher body fat percentage, your waist will not be at its best potential. A lot of you guys actually have a really good genetically gifted waist, but you don't know that because you're at a higher body fat percentage. Now, third, and this is the one thing that annoys me the most. Third, and one of the most annoying things, is the fact that a lot of you guys seem to think that training your obliques training your obliques help with your aesthetics. I cannot say this enough, bro. I'm gonna explain this more later in the video, which is why I'm not gonna go on a yap session about it yet. But dude, if you're training your obliques, it is actually cooking your waist. Look at this guy, right? You can tell that he's been building muscle for a while. He has pretty good muscles. He has some chest. He's been building chest. You can see his abs. Here, he probably has pretty good biceps as well, pretty good triceps. Can't see it in this photo, but one thing I can see is the fact that his obliques are built, right? Look at those obliques. They are pointing out. They are like guns, right? But you can see that is that is messing heavily with his frame here. He still kind of has the V taper, but it's not the best of the best V taper. And if you're looking at it from wide away, from far away, if a normal person was to look at this guy's frame, he wouldn't have that actual really good V-taper shape, right? More of the kind of trash can V-taper. But then you look at guys like this, doesn't train his obliques. I could tell this guy doesn't train his obliques. Doesn't really train his obliques. He's just really lean. He could be training his obliques. I'm not sure, but from this photo, I'm pretty sure this guy does not train his obliques, bro. I'm pretty sure. So if you look at this guy from a far standpoint, look, no obliques are trained, yet he has more of the V-taper. Why is that? Why is that? I'm gonna explain more once I get to that slide, bro. Because this is that is so annoying. That is one thing that always annoys me, bro. A lot of you guys like to defend it, but yes, here is my personal waist transformation at home. You guys look at this photo here. This is a couple months into trying to build an aesthetic physique at home. At this point, granted, I am trying to gain more weight, so I am at a higher body fat percentage, right? But I was also trying to train my obliques as well. Look at how, bro, you can see my obliques are pointing out more a little bit. I was also at a higher body fat percentage, which is why you can't really see my abs in this photo. But at this point, I was trying to bulk up, right? So I had gained weight. Not only that, my waist was never really that good in the first place. Even when I was at a lower body fat than this, but wasn't building muscle, I still had the skinny fat physique, right? As a lot of you guys will call it. I still had that skinny fat physique. In this photo right here, I am starting to bulk up because I realized that, hey, I am a little too skinny here, right? But if I bulk up and I, add cardio, I start building more muscle, I could really get ass to the physique. And this is me over a year after that, right? Do you see the huge difference here? My V-taper here is basically non-existent. I have the trash can V-taper. In this photo, I have the V-taper now. Like, I actually have the V-taper now. A huge reason for this is because of my waist. Something that we are actually talking about in this video, right? It's because of my waist. Literally, you see the huge transformation between my waistline here. Not only is my obliques not longer prominent, right? Because, again, I stopped training them. And I'm about to explain why I stopped doing that. But you can see the waistline compared to my shoulders here, right? You see where they stop at? That's what really creates the good proportions. That's what really creates that V-taper illusion. Now, let's get on to why you need to stop training obliques. A lot of you guys in the comments, a lot of people like to argue with me that training your obliques will actually help with your aesthetics. What is actually going on with your brain, bro? What is actually going on with your brain? Unless you are genetically gifted, if you're a genetically gifted alien like David Lade, sometimes honestly, David Lade might not be an actual human being, bro. It might be mixed with something else. You guys gotta understand, this guy's frame will always be good, right? As long as he stays at a pretty low body fat, his frame will always be good. It was gifted the genetic lottery for an aesthetic physique, bro. You're not David Lade. What makes you think that training your obliques will make you look better? What makes you think that training your obliques will make you look better? You have normal clavicles, my guy. You either have normal clavicles or small clavicles watching this video. Because you're the average person, bro. You're the average Joe, just like me. You're not David Lade, bro. If you train obliques, it will ruin your proportions. You're not David Lade, my guy. A lot of people don't seem to understand this, right? And they seem to think that, oh, but if I'm training my obliques, it will help with the aesthetic physique. What happens when you train any muscle on your body? It gets bigger, right? We all understand this, but a lot of people seem to actually think this is the only muscle where there's a large discourse on if it actually makes your physique look better or not. And I don't understand it. We all understand that if you train a muscle, it gets bigger, right? And this muscle is on your waist. Quite literally one of the only muscles on your waist. And you're training it. But you're trying to get a smaller waist. You're trying to look aesthetic. Why are you training obliques? You're not David Lade, bro. David Lade can train. A lot of people argue this, that David Lade trains obliques. So now, oh my God, dude, David Lade does it. So if I do it as well, I'll still look good. You're not David Lade, my guy. You don't have those crazy proportions. You weren't born with crazy genetically gifted proportions, bro. You're the average Joe. Like, like, dude, you'll be surprised how many people argue with like, actually, like, are ready to fight me over this in the comment sections, dude. You're not even late. Stop training obliques. You see this in my physique as well. Once I stopped training obliques, I got leaner. My waist got leaner as well, and my physique just got better, right? I stopped training obliques. People like David Lade will always look good no matter what, because they were given a genetically gifted frame, bro. You gotta understand this. Not only that, David Lade is not fully natural, right? He's already gifted a genetically gifted body, right? Genetically gifted proportions, but then it's not natural either. So every other muscle in his body is already really big. His shoulders are already really big, something that helps with his V taper. His lats are already pretty big, something that helps with his V taper. And then his waist genetically is already pretty small, right? Then he built his obliques. You think that's gonna make a bad difference in his physique? No, it's not gonna. It's not gonna mess with his proportions at all. And it's because he was just genetically gifted good proportions. So if you're watching this video right now and you're training obliques, please stop. Please, I am begging you. You're actually ruining the potential for your physique. Please stop, bro. You're not David Lade. But yes, now that I'm done talking yapping on and on about how bad training your obliques are, let's get on to the first thing that will actually help you ascend your large waist. Your first is cardio. You gotta understand this thoroughly. Humans are meant to move. I said this in almost all my videos. Humans are meant to move. If you wanna reach your genetic potential, right? If you wanna really reach your genetic potential for your waist, you have to absolutely do cardio, right? Humans are meant to move again. If you wanna, this is already known, right? If you wanna lose all that weight, you have to do cardio, bro. Absolutely needed. Don't skip cardio. I do cardio in all my workout section. As a matter of fact, while you're watching this video, everything that I dare tell you, do it in order in one day, right? Do everything in one day and split it into 4 or 5 days for the week. It's up to you, bro. But yes, for cardio, I do 35-minute runs in my backyard. Just 35-minute runs in my backyard. Really effective. It helps you burn the calories that maybe half the calories that you've ate for the day, or all the calories that you've ate for the day. Depends on your goals right now and your weight. But since you're trying to frame up right now and really slim down your waist, I highly advise you do half. I feel like doing all your calories a day isn't healthy at all. But yes, dude, do 35-minute cardios. Cardio will always help you burn fat, always help you lose that weight. Especially if you're watching my channel, you're most likely skinny in the first place. So 35 minutes is more than enough. If you do not have that option, be like my boy over here, get a treadmill or a walking pad off of TikTok, off of Amazon, something like that. Get one of those and do a mile. Do a mile run, do a mile jog. Whatever you can do to get that cardio in inside the house. And if you don't have the option at all, you're absolutely broke right now. You will have to run around your neighborhood. There's no other choice here. With cardio, you absolutely have to do this, because at the end of the day, you have to bring your body fat down, bro. You will have to bring your body fat down. You will have to lean down. Everybody knows this as well. Lean is law, right? The reason why my waist got so small in the first place is because of cardio, and because I did cardio is the reason why, a huge reason why my waist looks smaller, bro. That's a huge reason why. So if you're not doing cardio right now, immediately implement it into your workout split. So first off would be doing cardio. Next up would be delt push-ups, right? Nobody talks about this. Like, nobody actually talks about, I'm genuinely surprised that nobody talks about the fact that push-ups can build your delts. If you don't know what delts are your shoulders, right? And the reason why I want you to build your shoulders up is because shoulders actually create that illusion to make your waist look smaller than it actually is. If you guys look at my shoulders here, I have really well-developed shoulders compared to when I first started out. And the reason for this is because of a specific type of push-up. You see that my shoulders actually create an illusion between my waist and my shoulders, basically, which create that V-taper illusion. But yes, you will need to do delt push-ups. That's what I call it, because I don't know the specific name for the type of push-ups. But for this, you will need a push-up board. Invest in a push-up board, bro. The return on investment for a push-up board is 100,000x to whatever you invested into it at first, bro. Like, Honestly, having a push-up board is like one of the biggest reasons why I look the way I look right now, bro. So invest in a push-up board. Up on TikTok shop, check one in one of my videos or whatever. If you want to support me or go on Amazon, go buy a push-up board. It is absolutely needed. I say this in every video. You will need a push-up board, bro. The reason why you will need a push-up board is because getting a push-up board makes it easier to target those specific muscles. If you don't have a push-up board, it is made way harder than it needs to be, right? So when you're searching out, oh, how do I do push-ups that target my shoulders? You're looking at images, you're trying to imitate it, and you're not doing it right, bro. Trust, I've been through this. Just invest in that push-up board. It makes things way easier. Once you do get a push-up board, since we're focusing on frame here, usually I would do 2x of 20, but I want you to actually do 5x of 5 until you can get to a point where you're doing 5x of 20, bro. This will be harder for you if you've never worked out before at first, but over time, just progressive overload. If things are too hard for you, obviously progressive overload to make things easier. If you're doing 5x of 5, for example, in 1 week, the next week, level it up by 6. If you can't do 6, right? If you can't level up to 6 yet, obviously spend about a week or two still on 5. And at that point, if you still can't do 6, I honestly feel like it's just your brain playing tricks on you, and you need to tell your brain to shut up and absolutely just get through the pain, bro. Because at that point, I feel like you're just avoiding the pain, because you shouldn't take more than 2 to maybe 3 weeks for you to get to that next level, for you to progressive overload. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you guys want to be that next stage physique in a year. It's gonna take some pain, bro. Honestly, it's gonna take some pain, some different type of mindset than you've had your whole life. So yes, that's the exact method for building your shoulders. Some people seem to think I do something different for my shoulders. I do nothing else for my shoulders other than push-ups, bro. That is literally it. Next up here would be wide grip pull-ups. The reason for pull-ups is it creates that V-taper in your back. It makes your back wider, creating that illusion where your waist looks smaller. This is actually another image of me here to once again prove my point, right? This is what my back looks like right now, bro. I have the V-shaped back due to the fact that I've been building my lats, right? Once you start building your lats, it's gonna create, once again, that width in your upper body for your waist to look even smaller, bro. For your waist to look even smaller. For this, you will have to do 5 sets of 5 until you get to the point where you're doing 5x of 20. 5x of 20, you're obviously same rules as well. If you can't do that, go down, progressive overload over time as well. But remember, this stuff is not easy, bro. You will have to stay consistent. You will have to change your mindset on a lot of things, because seeing results is the best reward. So, but you have to stay consistent for the first 1 to 2 months to really start to see those results, bro. Trust me, you will start to see the development in your physique. You will start to see your waist slim down as well. And yes, guys, that is really it. That is all. Remember, cardio first, 35-minute run, or your 1 mile run on a on a walking pad, on a treadmill. Then you want to do delt push-ups, get a push-up board. Really good investment here, bro. Really good investment. And do delt push-ups. You should see something on there that helps you build your shoulders. Put your little clicks on there, put your little handles on there, and do 5x of 5 until you can do 5x of 20. Once that gets too easy as well, I forgot to say this, add weights. Add weights in the backpack. Wear it, bro. And continue doing what you was doing. You will notice that you're still growing and stuff, bro. Same with wide grip push-ups. Also add weights once that gets too easy. And that is it. That is all the ways that you can escape the wide waist curse at home, bro. I did it myself. This is not crazy. It's not crazy talk. It is actually possible. It's actually real. And dude, I'm telling you, if you actually stay consistent, you can actually see this crazy results. If you want the exact methods I do myself, down to everything, not just the simple stuff that I talked about in this video, for it just slimming down your waist here, check the link in the description of this video or the comment section as well. Life is about finding yourself, then creating yourself. Love y'all boys, man. Peace out. Look at that waist, bro. Look at that waist.